Tuesday, September 3rd. Um, it was business as usual in Chicago this weekend. A little more egregious than usual. We'll talk about that. There's also a guy. Check out. Speaking of craziness, there's a gentleman called the Shark. He is attempting for like the fourth or fifth time to swim across Lake Michigan from Grand Haven, Michigan to Milwaukee. In case you don't know, that is about 80 miles if you're keeping on a direct path. I don't know if he's got support people or what. He tried it not too long ago. I think he tried it this summer sometime, and um, he got like 60 miles and had some problems with his GPS and was changing the batteries and lost the bag of his supplies somehow. So um, it's supposedly they say it's going to, at best, it takes 72 hours of swimming in Lake Michigan, which has got to be kind of cold at this point. Crazy, crazy. I hope he makes it, but this will be his like fourth time. I don't know why he keeps wanting to do it, but he's made at least two attempts this year. We wish him well. You can try. He probably has a website. It was on NBC5 Chicago News. Call him the Shark, and trying to swim across Lake Michigan. Crazy, just crazy. We'll ring the bell for him, and we'll give him a couple of whistles. I got a new sound machine coming from Amazon this week, so we're amping it up here. I'm going to bring some new sounds. We'll see what that one has. So there you go. We're investing in this channel. Like, share, subscribe. This is DJ Wonder Chrissy from Land Cruiser Midwest. Talk about finance. We talk about Chicago. Talk about the migrants. Let's talk about what happened this weekend in Chicago. Oh. As far as I know, I think there's probably more, but just what I've seen on the media is there was probably about 10 people wounded and at least five people down for the count. Yeah, 5 people down for the count. The one that was probably the most egregious was there appears to be somebody who lashed out at 4 people on the blue line in Forest Park stop at the end of the line there in Forest Park. There was some homeless people sleeping on the train in 2 different cars, and some guy just lit up on them, and they're gone. They're gone. So that's kind of sad, kind of pathetic. We'll just say that guy's a POS. But that's the type of stuff that's been happening in Chicago. Crazy, crazy. The other one was a mass poo in the Grand Crossing neighborhood. I guess 10 people were wounded and one didn't make it. So those are the 2 reports that I've seen in the media coming out of this long weekend. I'm sure there was more. There's a couple of stations that give overall weekend horror counts. We'll see what they come up with when they total everything up at the end of the weekend here. What else? Yeah, I mean, if you want to be safe in Chicago, you don't want to go south of Congress Parkway late at night. There's just so many neighborhoods on the south side of Chicago where things just don't go well. There's good parts in the south side of Chicago, but it changes pretty quickly. Let's just say that. You may be in a good area and a block or two, go 1 block or 2 blocks in either direction, and you got problems. So, yeah, that's where most of the action seems to take place, is in the south side of Chicago. Um, yeah, I'm at zero. We got zero responding here. We're in the suburbs of Chicago, zero. You're in Minnesota. That's just as bad from what I'm seeing in the media. You guys be putting feminine products in the boys' room up there. That's just crazy. You guys tried to burn your town down in that Minneapolis there 4 years ago, right? I've seen some bad stories of going on in Minneapolis. Not good, not good. But anyway, yeah, Waltz is a joke, he says. Yeah, Zero says he's in South Minneapolis, and that's a joke. Um, I'm gonna do a meme today with Kamala and Tim, and standing side by side with the words "Please flush twice." That's my thoughts on that, folks. You need to flush twice. Don't even bother wiping; just flush twice. That's my thoughts on that. We need to change this country, otherwise, we're at a decision. Yeah, LOL says zero. Yeah, we're at a decision point here. If the vote goes the wrong way, we are SOL, folks. We are SOL. The stuff is going to hit the fan if the vote goes the wrong way. And I mean, if you think you're having a hard enough time making ends meet now, um, put Kamala and Timmy in office, and it's just going to get worse. It's going to get worse. I feel for the people that are. I mean, I saw some lady in a focus group this weekend where they were interviewing people, and they were asking them about inflation and how it was impacting their families. And the lady's making minimum wage doing something, and she just started crying. That is how bad it is. I mean, even if you got a job, a minimum wage job, working 40 hours a week, you're not going to get by. And um, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's a family of four. I mean, I'll say this again. This is like old data. It's probably worse now. I've been noticing prices going up, up, up in the last month or so, even. But anyway, they're saying that the average family of four, it's costing you an extra $1,000 to get by because of inflation. And I don't think those numbers included um, uh, like car insurance that's gone through the roof lately. And I really think food prices have continued to go up. I've seen a chart where pretty much everything is up 20 to 25% in the last 2 to 3 years. I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. Everything is up 20 to 25%. I can remember, buying buying like a Gatorade, a Powerade. You could get them for like 80 cents at at Walmart. Now the cheapest price you're going to get is a buck. So there you go, right there. That's a 20% increase. Eggs used to be 77 cents. I think I just paid like over $2 at Aldi's. I mean, that's not even the expensive eggs. I heard somebody say they paid $15 for a dozen eggs in New York City. That's utterly crazy. So, and it's gotten to the point now though that people don't even know how crazy it is. They're desensitized to the craziness, and now prices just seem normal. Prices just seem normal. So yeah, Zero. I hope you're having a warm day. It's a little chilly here. It's 63 degrees here at 7:20 a.m. Um, no dew, maybe a little bit of dew on the ground, but it's a little frigid if you're outdoors camping. Let's talk about the migrants. I got some updates about New York City, what they're doing, and I suspect Chicago is probably doing the same thing on the migrants. This report said that New York City is pushing all of the migrants out as much as they can out of the shelters, the hotel rooms. We'll call them shelters. Nice shelters. Um, and they're just not worrying about it. They know that if they just wait it out the next 30 to 60 days, the weather's going to turn. The weather's going to turn, and no one's going to be want to be sleeping in a tent. It's going to be pretty hard to be sleeping in a tent in New York City, and they're going to want to go somewhere else. So that's kind of the approach that New York City's taking as that we enter into the fall weather. Is they're trying to shoo out as many as they can out of the shelters and don't take any more in, and the weather will do their job for them. The weather will do their job for them. I suspect they're going to try to use the same tactics here in Chicago. We haven't heard any counts lately. We thought that Governor Abbott was going to be sending more to Chicago during the DNC. That did not materialize. So I guess they've shut the flow down on the Texas border enough that they don't have to be shipping them off anywhere. I suspect maybe the ones that are coming, there's probably a small trickle coming into Chicago, and I suspect it's the ones that are flying in, utilizing. There's some government, non-government organizations, NGOs that are paying for people to fly around the country. And I suspect that the people that are coming to Chicago are flying in on commercial airliners. So not much to report on the migrant front, folks. Just a sad situation. Gonna get worse until we have an administration change, and they are sucking up all your dollars, all your tax dollars, and guess what? You get to pay for it and watch them spend and waste your money left and right. So that's it. That's it. Um, I don't know what else to talk about. I think Taste of Chicago is coming in a week or two. Do believe they still have Taste of Chicago to happen in Chicago. I think it's just going to be one weekend, maybe. Haven't been hearing much about what's going on in Chicago, except that they're financially they're on a cliff. They're $1 billion over budget for next year, and they don't want to cut their spending. For those of you who don't know, Illinois and Chicago like to spend, and they don't like to cut anything. So can't cut anything, but you can spend as much as you can and then some. Where they get the money from to keep spending is beyond me. But check out some of the podcasts that I did the last couple of weeks, where we kind of highlight some of the craziness going on in Chicago as far as budgetary problems, and it's out of control. Out of control. There's one high school that they've got 34 pupils, a high school on the south side of Chicago. They have 34 pupils. The school can hold 900. They're spending 3 times as much as they do on any other student in the Chicago school system because of that setup of one huge building for 34 students. They have a teacher to student ratio of 5 to 1. They're spending like $78,000 per student, and none of them, zero of them, can read or do math at grade level. There you go. It's not about money. It's not about money. You can spend as much money as you want on education, and sometimes the results are just not there, especially in Chicago. The Chicago school system is pretty bad. Pretty bad. And you can flush that too. Our buddy Brandon Johnson is just there to corral the money for the teachers union, and the teachers union is kind of like a dog that caught the car. Okay, they've caught the car. Now they don't know what the hell to do. because they've captured the city of Chicago, and they're opening the vault, and there's a mess. There's a mess. There is no money. They finally realized that for the years and years that they've been being told there is no money for the school system, and they need to cut budgets. Now they're part of the administration. They open the books, they open the money box, and yeah, they see there's nothing there. Nothing is there. So yeah, they're coming to reality, and in the next couple of months, something's going to happen. Something's got to happen because you can't operate a city when that's $1 billion out of budget. There you go. So I think I'm going to end it there. Like, share, subscribe, folks. Check out our channel. Just released the shorts this morning. Over the weekend, we headed north to Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin. Checked out a place called Herner's Hideaway. We had some awesome wings, some awesome Supreme nachos. Check that out. We also do some excursions to Wally Mart to report on prices in Wally Mart and all the price gouging and inflationary prices that you get in Wally Mart. Check out those shorts, and got some shorts about my garden. I grow my own fruits and vegetables, and they're starting to come in. So we'll be doing some videos on the garden in the backyard, and that's it. That's it. We'll end this show as we end every show with a hand slap and a see ya.